It doesn't matter if your radio show gets a lot of plays. It's about using your radio show as a way to support your audience and to connect with bigger artists. I'll talk about this and more. Welcome back, I'm musicbyLukas, signed to 8 top record labels, and I'm here to help you reach your production goals. So let's get into it. First, you gotta choose the overall theme and the vibe of the show. So you gotta ask yourself these kind of questions, like what kind of music are you gonna play in the show? Will it be a specific genre or will it be all genres? Are you gonna talk in the show? And if you are gonna talk, what are you gonna talk about? A good tip for this is to use one of your favorite radio shows as a reference for your show, like Hexagon Radio or like our radio show. Like for us, we're playing all electronic genres and we are talking during the show, and what we talk about is similar to what our brand is about, like motivation, stories from our travels, etc. You need to make sure your radio show goes with your brand so that it's set apart from the rest and unique to you. Next, you want to create the intro and shoutouts. Like with Team MBL Radio, we started with like a little mix of a couple of my tracks, and then Lauren's doing the shoutouts on top of it, and we just did some like pitch shifting on her voice to make it sound really cool and say Team MBL Radio. Team MBL Radio. And then after that part is over, we just introduce the first track to get the show going. You can do something like that, or you can just do a simple shout out. It's up to you. The next super important step is to give this video a thumbs up. Next, you want to create a way for people to submit. Obviously, you're going to need music, and you don't need to just go out there and buy all of the tracks for your radio show, because what you want to do is you want to support a lot of unsigned artists, support your audience. Because for example, if you're a producer, you probably have quite a few producers following you who could benefit from your support on your radio show. So what you want to do is create either a demo mail, or if you want to take it to the next level, you could create like a one-page website, which is really cool because then you can create a submission form where you can collect emails so that in the future you can create your own email newsletter, which would be really helpful to help you grow. Also, you can DM bigger artists and let them know you're starting a radio show and give them your promo mail or the link to submit for your show. Next, choose the tracks for the show. I recommend that you select a variety of signed and unsigned music, and then you got to choose what order you're going to put it in. And I think it's cool to put energetic songs in the beginning of the mix and maybe chill it out towards the end, but it's up to you. Maybe you're doing like a workout mix or something like that and you want the whole thing to be energetic, so that's why, again, you got to choose the theme of your show. Next, you're going to mix the tracks together. This is where the radio show happens, and we do it for Team MBL Radio on Logic Pro, but you can do it on any DAW or maybe some other software that you're going to use, or mix it live. So what you want to do first is you want to take all your tracks and throw them into a software like Mixed in Key, where it's going to be able to help you identify the BPM and the key of all the tracks so it's easier to mix. You also want to get, if you can, the original mix or the extended mix of these tracks so they have an intro and outro, because you want to mix the outro of the first track into the intro of the second track so they kind of seamlessly mix. Basically, you want it to sound like it's happening live, and that's why you also want to automate the effects in your DAW. So you're turning up the volume on one, you're turning down the volume on the other, you're mixing in the low end, you're mixing out the low end, maybe you're doing some reverb effects. That's where the magic happens. And a pro tip is if you get a track that doesn't have an outro and you can't like easily mix it in with the next track, one thing you can do is just end the first track with like a bunch of reverb or like a delay effect, and then just slowly bring in the next track, and that can work really well. Then you got to finalize the mix, and the biggest thing is just to make sure that the volume is consistent between all the tracks, because sometimes you're gonna get tracks that are really loud and sometimes you're gonna get tracks that are really quiet. So you just gotta use like a volume meter, and usually they have this like as a stock plugin for DAWs, or you can get one, and it'll just tell you the loudness overall of the tracks, and you wanna kind of keep that the same. And then you can use a simple limiter to make sure there's no clipping going on. After you export it, just get some feedback and compare it to some other radio shows. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you'll get better at it over time. And last, you gotta choose where to upload. Obviously, you're going to shout it out on Instagram and other platforms like that, but it's really important to choose like the place where you're actually gonna upload the radio show with care. Because for example, if you upload copyrighted stuff on YouTube, they're gonna take it down, or they're gonna give you a copyright strike, or SoundCloud can do the same thing. With Team MBL Radio, we just upload it on Mixcloud right now because Mixcloud doesn't really give you any trouble for copyrights and stuff like that, so you can use remixes and things like that, but it's up to you, and we might change ours in the future. We might put it on more platforms, but that just seems to be the easiest right now. If you want some helpful tools to create the graphics, like for the cover of your radio show, or to create your website where people can submit and stuff like that, I do have my templates for my website and for my graphics, and I will leave the link below to those. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this, and producer career tips. Become an official member of my team if you want my personal help to create your own radio show and help you in your career. I'll see you in the next video, and here are some more helpful producer videos.